Hello, and welcome back to another episode of SkyrimPlus. Today I'm featuring Cladach Cottage by Melodramatic. Let's check out the map. Here we are at Cladach Cottage. We're near Solitude, the Solitude Lighthouse, Broken Ore Grotto, Shadow Green Cavern, and here we are again at our featured home, Cladach Cottage. This home has an active fast travel marker as soon as you install it. Now that you know where the home is, you can either pick the lock or investigate the backstory. To check out the backstory, read this journal on the barrel to the left of the front door. It reads, 17 Second Seed. I have finally come to the end of my patience. I will not tolerate this anymore. I did not come all the way to this horrifically frigid province from Anvil to be treated this way. This morning I came outside to find the stable completely empty. Drella was gone. I was frantic with worry and searched high and low in the surrounding area, but didn't see a sign of her. Heartsick, I returned home. And just then the courier dropped by and said he'd seen her for sale earlier in the day at Catla's stables. I was livid. I sent the courier back to her with gold and a note explaining what has happened. I'm sure she'll let me buy her back, but what a bother. In the meantime, I am beside myself with anger. I know who is responsible. It's those horrible bandits next door. They're probably in that cave right now, drinking themselves to oblivion on the profits gleaned from the sale of my horse. I'm going over there right now to give them a piece of my mind. I will not stand for this. Next, our journey will take us northeast to Broken Ore Grotto. Here's the world space view. It's a cave with a few abandoned ships and a fire. And next to the fire, we find the body of the former owner. And in his remains, we have the key to the home. When we return home, alongside the road, we can check our mailbox. And what do you know? You've got mail. It's a note from Mazaka. It reads, Friend Jonas, Katla has directed the courier to me to notify that she sold me stolen property. Please accept Mazaka's most humble apology. I should have recognized Drella immediately when I went to Katla's to purchase a horse this morning. Since you have sold Mazaka many fine fish in the past, I accept your request and your gold. Drella is here at the lighthouse whenever you wish to collect her. Mazaka. Now, we'll head east again past Broken Ore Grotto to reclaim Drella by the Solitude Lighthouse. Here's a world space view of the Solitude Lighthouse. And here is Drella, the former owner's horse, which you can take if you want. Now that we've completed the backstory and have the key, let's take a tour of our new home. And I'm excited to show you this one because a commenter recently asked about a good fishing home, and this falls into that category. We'll start by taking a walk across this dock, and we have a light for night, and we have a fish hatchery. If you've never heard of this feature, a fish hatchery enables you to farm fish to harvest later by activating this gate and depositing fish from your inventory into the hatchery. I'd say that's a great feature to have at a fisherman's home. As we take a shortcut off of our dock, we see some pots with some ingredients for us to harvest. These aren't fertile soils for us to plant whatever, but they're still nice to have. And as we make our way around this structure, to the left is a stable if you have your own horse or decide to take Drella home. And on the right, you have the start of a smithing suite. You have your grindstone to the right, your workbench to the left, and in the back, you have your anvil. And as we back out of this space, you see that we have a light for night. There's your smelter. And around the side, you have your tanning rack. That completes the suite. And check out that view of Castle Volkihar in the background. And as we back up, here's a view of your new home. Doesn't it look quaint? It just looks like it belongs here. In the front, you have a wood chopping block for your firewood needs. This boat doesn't actually travel anywhere, but it does look like it's right on theme. And on the side of the home, it looks like you have a deck for some convenient fishing. And as we come back towards the front, you have a tipped over bucket of seashells and some sort of a fish trap. There's a bucket of mud crabs. And to the left of the front door, you have a light for night and another one of those traps. Now that we've seen the outdoor features, let's head inside. And when we come inside, we have a beautifully lit, open space. It's very unique. And when we turn back towards the front door, we'll start by this office space. It has a huge ship wheel mounted on the wall. How cool is that? And next to that you have a small cabinet with some smithing supplies. There's your front door. It looks like you have a decommissioned boat just waiting to be repaired. Some artwork. Here's a place to hang your fish. A spot to store some food. An oven for you to cook with. There's a butter churn. And here's a table where it looks like you've stored some of your seashells that you found today. Maybe after you get done organizing those, you can clean it off and have a nice space to eat. To the right, you have a wood pile. And then straight ahead, you have a cozy fire with a cooking pot for your cooking needs. Here's a cabinet to store some of your booze. And a little further down, you have a spot to store your dishes and some silverware. It looks like you have a custom chest. And speaking of custom, check out this cool custom storage container. Now we're making our way into the followers' room. They have a little spot to store some weapons, some armor. There's another one of those custom chests. This is a pretty neat nook to store some gear. And as we turn back towards the rest of the room, it looks like you have some bookshelves. Here's a small dining table with some candle lighting. You have some ivy along the walls, and a rope ladder that leads up to some storage. You can't actually go up there, but it does look very neat. They have some artwork, a dresser, and they have a cot-style bed when they're ready to rest their head. Let's head back out and see what the rest of the home has to offer. Next, we'll find your arcane enchanter and staff enchanter. It's on the cabinet right next to the gleam blossom. The custom models look great, and they include spots to store soul gems and heartstones. And next to the cabinet is a basket to store your staves. The last space in the home is the master bedroom. When you enter, you'll find a custom alchemy lab. It also has some named storage for ingredients. You have a piece of artwork above that. And as we turn, we find the master bed. It looks so cool with those fishnets. You also have another one of those custom chests. There's a nightstand with some candle lighting and a painting above. There's more ivy to make it feel homey. Here's a window with a basket of flowers, a strongbox, and here's some books and seashells. And a bench if you'd rather sit down than sleep. And in the last corner, there's another cabinet with a death bell and a ship in a jar, which is just the right touch for this home. Now that we've seen all of the features of this home, it's time for final thoughts. Cladach Cottage is a cozy fisherman's home north of Solitude. It offers a bed for you, a bed for a follower, cooking stations including a cooking pot, and an oven for your cooking needs. You also have a stable for your horse, including Drella if you choose to take her. You also have a full smithing suite with a grindstone workbench and anvil, as well as your smelter and tanning rack, a woodchopping block for your firewood needs, and it wouldn't be a proper fisherman's home without a fish hatchery. You also have a custom alchemy lab, as well as a custom arcane enchanter and staff enchanter. And let's not forget about that awesome backstory. If you want a small home and a view of the sea, Cladach Cottage is the place to be. This concludes my feature of Cladach Cottage. If you enjoyed this content and want to see more, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Click the bell icon if you want to be notified of when I post. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next episode.